Back. So you think premarital counseling is just for couples with problems? Think again. Today, we're busting the biggest myths about preparing for marriage and introducing the revolutionary concept of marriage planning. And stick around because at the end, I'm sharing a secret weapon for handling conflict that can transform your relationship before you even say I do. Drop a heart, excuse me, in the comments if you ever heard someone say, "We don't need premarital counseling. We're already solid." But here's the truth: strong marriages aren't found; they're built. Marriage isn't about a romantic partnership; it's a conscious path of evolution from where you start to where you want your relationship to become. And couples who strategically plan, who plan this journey, they set themselves up for lifelong success. So let's go ahead and dive in. Myth number one: premarital counseling is only for couples with problems. Absolutely not. What we're actually talking about is marriage planning, and that's a proactive approach for couples who want to intentionally design their future together. So let's be real. We'll spend years grinding for that promotion, pull all nighters for that MBA, and watch 42 YouTube tutorials to perfect our sourdough game. But spend time strategically planning our marriage? Nah, we ain't about that life. Love will figure it out. Can somebody please make that make sense? You wouldn't wing a presentation to the CEO, so why wing the most important partnership of your life? Here's a question. What's one area of marriage you think should be strategically planned before the wedding, but most couples avoid? Let's drop your comments. Let's drop what you think in the comments, because this leads me to myth number two. If we're in love, we'll figure it out as we go. Listen, love is powerful, but it's not a roadmap. It's like saying I have a car with a full tank of gas, so I don't need a GPS. And then wondering why you end up in the middle of nowhere arguing about who is supposed to check the directions. Now, for those who are spiritual scholars who want to come for me because they know God is love and all of that, we're talking in the language of this culture and how we use the word love. And for that, love isn't enough because love isn't an emotion. But we'll talk about that on another note. While traditional counseling might help you figure out why you keep ending up lost, marriage planning gives you the GPS coordinates before you even start the journey. This is where we could provide the biblical insight on love. It's the difference between let's figure out why we keep fighting about money and let's create a financial strategy we both love before we have our first money argument. We worked with a couple once. Let's call them the spontaneous and the planner. They were madly in love, but kept clashing over basic daily decisions. They say, "Our love is strong. We'll sort it out." Meanwhile, they couldn't even agree on dinner without a 30-minute debate. But after 6 sessions of marriage planning, they had created what they called their decision flow chart, a hilarious but effective system on who takes the lead on which decision. Their friends thought they were ridiculous until they noticed that this couple never fought about the small stuff anymore. Why? Because love didn't figure it out. That is, love without understanding God. God's love, strategic planning did. So myth number three. This is just another name for traditional counseling. Not even close. Saying marriage planning is just counseling is like TikTok is just like YouTube. They might be in the same category, but the approach and the results are totally different. Traditional counseling is often reactive. It's the relationship equivalent of calling a plumber when your pipes bust. That's super helpful. But wouldn't it be better to have designed the plumbing system correctly in the first place? Marriage planning combines the emotional intelligence of counseling with the strategic foresight of a business plan. We're talking about relationship ROI here, people. It's about identifying your values, aligning your visions, and creating systems that will grow with you over decades. One couple we worked with came in expecting the usual talk about your feelings session. Instead, we mapped out their 5-year vision board, created quarterly check-ins, complete with celebratory date nights, and established communication protocols for when life throws curveballs, because it will. The husband told me later, he said, I thought we were coming in for couples therapy. What we got was a marriage MBA. And that's the difference between counseling and planning. And now here's the secret weapon I was talking about that I promised: the power of relationship catchphrases. These are personalized, sometimes funny, phrases that instantly reset tension and redirect the brain from fight or flight to focus and frame. For example, there was a couple we worked with, and their catchphrase was squirrel whenever they got off track in an argument. Another said, future us doesn't care about this when debating about something trivial. One of my personal favorites, a couple who asks, is this a Tuesday problem or a forever problem? See, Tuesday problems get 5 minutes max. Forever problems get scheduled time for deeper discussion. See, these catchphrases help you stay in the present moment instead of dredging up old issues. You know how you do. You know, you're getting into a argument or a discussion, and then you start pulling in stuff from the past. This forces you to ask, will this matter in 2 hours, 2 days, or 2 months? We had another couple who avoided a massive fight over dishwasher loading. Yes, really, dishwasher loading. Because they had their catchphrase, and they was like, is this worth our Sunday? And trust me, no one wants to waste a Sunday on dishwasher drama. All right. So don't miss our next installment. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like bell. You know all the stuff that you're supposed to do. Do all the stuff and tell me in the comments what's a catchphrase that would work for your relationship. Remember, you're not just planning a wedding, you're planning a lifetime journey of growth and togetherness. If you missed the last video, just go back and watch that and give us some comments on that. And let's get ready for the next installment.